All right, guys, we are installing the vinyl flooring. I've got it just a couple pieces installed here just to see how it all fit together. And it feels and looks very good. I'm happy with it so far. So yeah, I got a couple tools. The tools I have, my neighbor was really nice. And he's like, hey, I got a vinyl plank cutter. So boom, makes my life so much easier. And then I just have a dead blow mallet in this little tappy tap thing here, which is literally just used to put up against the side of this like this. And I just give it a little tap like that. And that seems to be working. So it's locking together. It feels good. I swept the floor. I made sure there's no crumbs on the floor. The walls are painted. Everything's good. So let's start ripping this floor up. You know what? I think I'm doing this from the wrong side. This is a learning experience. What I'm trying to do right now, right, is the lock right here is supposed to go under. So I'm trying to get it under this. I'm trying to get this under that while trying to also slip it in there. I think I'm supposed to be building it from the other way so that I come up on top like this and it lays flat like that, and then I pound it in. That is exactly what I'm doing wrong. So I need to go to the other end and work from the other side this way. Okay, we learned a thing. Don't want to push this in too much. This doesn't feel very good. There it is. It's gonna take me a little bit of getting used to. I don't know what I'm doing, clearly. So it's gonna take me a couple times to get this locking mechanism in order. I don't really wanna mess this up, you know? I like doing things properly, so that feels good right there. We're just gonna give that a little tap. Let's try our first full piece. Not only is it a full piece, but it's also, we're going the right way this time. So, oh, the end broke off a bit. Well, that didn't take much. So you gotta be careful, apparently. Let's see. There it is, I can see it fit together. I can see it come together right there, and there's the end. Like that. Nice. Nice, very nice. Okay, you can see there's a little teeny tiny gap right there. This, none, just about. I think that's because this is a little bit too far that way. So that's okay for that one. I'm not too worried about just that one piece. There it is, baby. There it is. Ooh, I can see it just snap right together. Here goes the final piece. That's it. All right, guys, we got the flooring done. It looks really great. I love it. I think it suits this room perfectly. It was a solid amount of work. It was fun at first, and then it got pretty wild at the end, but you know what? It was well worth it, and it was a fun learning experience. So now that we have, yesterday we did the final coat of paint. and we put in the floor. Today, we're gonna just quickly put in the electrical. Loop it upwards. Put that, more loop in it, so. We have most of the plugs in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Power's working on all of them. I went ahead and I did the switch box here. Got all that sorted. And now I'm going to move on to the pot lights. Then once I get the pot lights done, I'm going to move on to these two back ones, because these are on their own kind of circuit back here. So those are gonna be the last things that I do. And these are the pot lights right here. They're little tiny LED pot lights. It'll be easier to replace them if I ever need to. These are the drivers. So I'm gonna start doing that. So let's get doing it. All right, here is the moment of truth. We got the box wired up. The LED is ready to go. We got our switches installed and ready. Let's switch the power on. Hey. Nice. That is hype. Now that we've done one, we should be able to do the rest pretty quickly. All right, guys. Here it is, with our pot lights in, the floor in, painted, soundproofed. It is looking rather moody, and I absolutely love it. All right, guys, so the room is looking really good. I'm really happy with the way that everything is turning out. But if you can see, we need to install some trim. And this worried me at first, but upon further research, I came across a thing called door jamb or jam extensions. So what it kind of is if you think of your trim, right, coming up here, well, your trim would go like this, you know, and it would leave obviously a big gap there. So what we have to do is cut a piece of trim that's gonna fill this gap here. It's really about more or less just kind of meeting that, and then we can caulk in between there and everything. So we're gonna cut all these, and also the door. We need door jamb extensions too. It's the same deal here because we added so much material, right? Between the super thick 5/8 drywall and the 3/4 inch sono pan, right? So we need to install door jamb extensions here. So yeah, obviously I've never done trim before. My neighbor was nice enough to lend me his brad gun, his nail gun, you know, air compressor, the line, everything like that. So I lucked out there, and so I'm happy about that. So it should make it a little bit quicker. But we're gonna learn some things. I'm gonna set up my new table saw. We're gonna learn how to cut on there. And you know, I've watched some warnings, some tutorials and videos about what not to do with table saws. So hopefully we can keep safe and get some table saw action here and make some rips. So let's go check out that table saw and see if we can rip some jam extensions. bit of an audible. What I ended up doing was putting all the trim up and then going back over with wood filler and filling up all the nail holes in my little imperfections in the corners, shaping them, and I did all up here too. And I sanded all this around here. I still have to sand everything, but you know, it's a ton of extra work. You couldn't really see the little pinholes because the nails they're so small, but you could still see them. You can call me a psycho, but I wanted to get rid of them completely, like completely. So, and that's exactly what's gonna happen. I mean, I've already sanded a couple of them and it's perfectly smooth to the touch. So I'm gonna have to paint over all this again. And I got a special roller for it. I'm not gonna do the top because I'm not caulking. I'm just gonna be doing the front face of it. I already put some tape down just in case I dribble. I also fit the door. I fit my door in here. Thank God I bought this chisel set here because I had to chisel out a spot for my door here and down there too. I'm gonna have to chisel another spot here, but for right now, I can actually put the door on and close it. So I just wanted to get the door in, make sure that everything was working there before I did anything else. Just wanted to make sure that the door worked. I'm gonna put a couple more nails in here quick. There's some loose spots I don't love. I also got this is my air vent here. So I cut this out. I got the spot for the air vent, or just for the outflow, I should say. It's actually a soundproof outflow, so I have a bit of a maze of soundproof material in there. So this is up here, higher, and then that one's down low. So if sound is coming in through here, it's gonna hit this back wall, or the sound has to travel down and out the end. So in there, I have a maze of soundproof material. And that's how it's done. So I was actually gonna do the same with this, but I decided not to because the sound that comes from the vent into the room is very minimal. I'm not too worried about that. And I can also, this is so big, I can pop this off and put soundproofing material on the inside if I want to. Yeah, I don't care about that so much, but it's going good. What I'm gonna do now is sand. I'm not showing you guys every single bit of me doing all this because it's really tedious, it's really boring, and we wanna get to the more fun stuff. So that's it. Next time you see this, it's going to be sanded, painted, and done. So I might show a little bit of that. So let's show you guys some of that right now. Now all that's left to do is a little bit of trim, the white window trim around the window, the door, the black door trim, and we're gonna fix up this crappy door that has seen better days. So this door is pretty rough. You know, it's got some holes in it, some chips in it. We're gonna fill it with some wood filler, sand it, wood filler, give it a nice paint, and it'll be like new, I hope. I've never done this before, but we'll see. It's pretty straightforward compared to everything else we've done. Well, my $3 tripod that I got in a kit with something else that I wanted more than this, it broke, so now I don't have a tripod. All right, we got tripod 2.0. We made new legs. I wouldn't call them legs, but it'll work for now. All right, we got the bottom glued up. We got some wood filler. We're gonna let that stew for a couple hours. We'll come back. We'll finish the other side, then we'll paint it. But until then, we're gonna go inside and we're gonna finish up the trim. All right guys, so I'm getting the door installed right now. It's a pain in the ass. I swear to God, every time I'd walk away from this thing, it grows 1/8 of an inch or something. I don't get it. But I got it shaved down. You can see all the wood everywhere. I had to shave out the little lock piece, but you know what I'm saying. I had to shave this spot out here so that I could fit the end in because it didn't have one. I had to shave out behind here, get it right and down there, and now it finally, we got a door. We got a door, baby. It works. It's tight, looks good. Now it's time to paint it up. All right guys, so this is one of the last things that I have to install in the room. So let's get this done. That's it. Guys, that's it. The room is done. It's finally done, man. It's really awesome. You know, it's definitely a nice little accomplishment. You know, we did it. It looks good. I'm happy with the way it turns out. I'm happy with the integrity that I used. You know, I tried to do the best that I could for this room. And I think that, you know, everything came out looking very square. Everything, you know, the edges, the corners, everything came out really good. That's the one thing I was worried about with the sanding, the corner beads, putting that mud up. It's a lot of unknowns for someone who's never done it before. So it's not perfect, but I think it's really, really good, especially for a first timer. So I'm happy with the way it turned out. I'm glad that I had some time to think about how I wanted the room. I'm glad that I put stuff like this because it's gonna get really hot in the wintertime with hot air. the furnace is right behind here. This is gonna be really hot air. So I installed this in so I can close it really, really tight because I'm gonna have a lot of other heat sources in this room. And this is gonna seal much better than your regular square vent or register, whatever you wanna call it. So, you know, we've got our USB extensions up here. So these are gonna run cameras, lights, everything. They also come down here so they can plug in to my computer. We got another camera over there. And brand new Cat 8, whatever the best Ethernet cable is now. I already got it running through the walls, running upstairs and into my fiber optic. So the room is ready, it's done. And you know, it took longer than I expected, but I'm happy that I got to do this. And it's only because of your support that I was actually able to do any of this. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for allowing me the opportunity to build this studio. It is so sick. And I can't wait to finish it off. So what are the next videos? We're gonna build a desk. We still gotta build that desk. We have to build floating shelves, 4 of them at the bare minimum. And then we're gonna have a shelving unit that goes right across the top. It's gonna be sectioned off and there's gonna be RGB. There's gonna be RGB that runs around the upper corner of the room. And you know, there's still a lot of work to be done, but those are gonna be more fun videos, I think. Like that's where it's gonna be a lot of fun. So thank you for watching. If you got anything from this video you wanna watch with all the other improvements to this game room, just leave me a follow, a sub, a like, and we'll see you on the next one, guys, where we're gonna be building this desk. Peace.